All right, guys, welcome to the Last City Radio, episode number 75 of the Destiny and Looter Shooter discussions. It's just another glorious Saturday night, and I'm definitely thankful that all of you guys are here with us tonight. I know a lot of you guys are just getting in. So, that being said, I do want to do some housekeeping. So, for all you guys who don't get a chance to watch the live, you want to go, you're doing your old bizzo. Just know that on Sunday night, I always post the audio so that way you can listen to it on Spotify, Podbean, Apple Podcasts, wherever you like to listen to all your music and podcasts. It will be there on Sunday night. So that being said, of course, I always appreciate you guys, and we are going to get right into the nitty gritty. But before we do that, I definitely want to introduce my co-host that he finally just popped in. So I definitely, for those of you who don't know my main man, I'm going to give you the little spiel on him. So I want to introduce the guy. He's the man who loves playing those AAA titles. Not only that, he is also a great tech head, really great friend, and also he is well-versed and finding the greatest food places. I definitely want to introduce you to my man, Mr. Adrian Chavez. What's going on, man?
Hey, what's up, everybody?
How you feeling, man? What's been going on with you, man? I've been seeing you on your superstar status lately, man. What's up?
Not much, man. Just been, streaming here and there when I can. Just kind of bounty prepping, just kind of getting stuff ready for Lightfall, because I think it's about 18 days away. So, so pretty excited about that. There's Nintendo Direct had a lot of cool stuff that just came out. So kind of been messing with the Nintendo Switch Online, and there's just there's a lot to gaming, not a lot of time.
Absolutely, and I do gotta talk with you on that, because how do you feel now that they put the Game Boy and the Game Boy Advance finally on the Nintendo Online?
Yeah, so the games that they released, like the some of the Zelda title and a couple of other really good ones. I just hope that it really opens the door to add like classics like Mega Man on like Game Boy Advance and some of the Dragon Ball games on Game Boy Advance, and it would be I know it's possible because the 3DS Online e-store has all the classic Pokemon Red, Blue, and Yellow. So if that came to Nintendo Online, I think that would. I think that would break.
I think they're going to do that.
They should.
So. I really, really, and think about this. What if they also put in, because now that the Game Boy Advance 2 is in there, they could also put the Ruby, Emerald, and Sapphire on there as well.
Yeah, the whole collection. I can only imagine that might come with the premium in the future, though. But
yeah, I was thinking about that too. So let me get this straight, though. So I guess what they're doing when it comes to the GameCube games is this, because we know we got the 64, we got the Game Boy and the Game Boy Advance, all and the Super Nintendo and NES on the Nintendo Online. So I'm thinking, I guess they're going to do with the GameCube is just do the remasters type deals. If I'm not mistaken.
They do have a GameCube remaster coming out for Metroid Prime, so that is a big one. Yeah, that's a big one that's coming out.
That is a beloved title, man.
It is.
Yeah, I was like, you know what? I'm about to go get that digital edition right now. It's already out. I'm about to get that, and then get the physical copy when it come out, because I love that title, man. That was one of my favorite Metroids. Games. And it's just something about the GameCube era, man. They just had bangers, bro.
Yeah, I think GameCube and the PS2 era were kind of like I like the games that we're playing now, but bangers, straight bangers.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Yeah, man. It was a lot to unpack on that. And remember, that's just part one of what they got going on. This was just part one of it. So I'm guessing probably around near the E3s and Gamescom area, they're probably going to release another direct. I do know the Pokemon one is on the 27th. Because they're going to release the expansions for Scarlet and Violet.
Yeah,
on
that could be something they drop on like Pokemon Day, where they're like, "Hey, we're adding these titles too."
Mm-hmm. That's very possible because it is their anniversary. So I'm looking forward to that too. I'm definitely looking forward to that and see what they gonna add in the expansion, man. I've been grinding hard on that Scarlet.
Yeah, I kind of stopped playing because I don't want to beat it yet because
it's too good.
It's very good. Yeah, I like it a lot. I
finally finished the Final Titan, so I'm in a good spot on that. Right
yeah,
now.
I was kind of a little disappointed with all the graphical issues because I thought the game that came out before it, the Legend Arceus, was actually very well done.
Absolutely.
I actually enjoy that game a little more, but yeah,
man, it's something else. But that being said, we got a special guest here today, and I want to make sure that I bring her in the right way. So that being said, I've got a special guest, so I'm gonna go ahead and give you the scoop. So I've seen this stream stress around the community, if it's raiding dungeons or doing just PvP in general with her friends and having a good time. And she always makes sure she always stylish for the job. I definitely want to introduce her. She is not only one of the most coolest down under Southern belle that you could ever possibly meet. She's great, and man, her community is such a blessing. So I definitely want to introduce to you Miss Unicorn Shred. What's going on? How you doing? Come on in. Hello,
right,
hello. Hey.
Hello, hi.
How you doing? What's been going on with you?
I'm good.
It's great to have you here.
I'm glad to be here. Thanks for having me.
Hey, it's no problem. And so I do want to ask you, a couple things. I want to get to know, want the audience to get to know you. So first thing I want to ask is how did you get into gaming? What started it for you? Where did that journey take us all the way back?
Oh my gosh, all the way back.
All the way back.
I've been playing since I was little. It kind of started out with loving Mario Kart and Mario, Super Mario Bros. And then really I got into gaming when COVID hit and everything kind of shut down and we were all really isolated. And I wanted to start playing with my brother. So I got really hard getting into Destiny, and that's kind of where it started, the hardcore gaming, I guess you could say. So yeah.
Hey, it's awesome. It's awesome. Hey, listen, that Mario Kart, everybody keeps saying that they're the best. How good are you in Mario Kart?
Well, I guess we might have to find out one day. I don't know.
Uh-oh. It's a challenge incoming. Sergio, I know you in. I know you in too.
Oh, I love me some Mario Kart.
Yes.
Rainbow Road's my place.
For real, though.
Mm-hmm. Hey, speaking of that, though, they just announced on the Nintendo Direct that Mario Kart is on the the thing too. So if all you guys got them Switch lovers there, we can do the battle. If you got your Switch, we will do it live. Let's see who comes out on top. But that's cool. And it's amazing, because I've had so many different guests on, and they've talked about just a lot of their different experiences playing the games in the past, growing up. I've even had one of my guys. He was saying, he grew up with the Atari. I said, "Oh man, you way back. you way back." And just the whole this old the Atari days coming on in to the Game Boy Color days. It's just amazing, man. Just hearing just the different stories growing up. It's always an honor for me to hear that.
I miss
But
the
I do want to ask
Nintendo
you,
and
like,
the Super Nintendo days.
oh yeah, me too. What was your favorite? I would say, what was your favorite title on the Super Nintendo? What was that one that just stuck out to you?
Like as far as the game goes,
Well, like just like the games, one
um,
particular game that you really, really like
I used to like
on
playing
the Super
Super Mario
Nintendo.
Bros.
Okay. The classic,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, me too. Now, my favorite thing that Sergio knows this is the Donkey Kong Country series.
Oh, Donkey
I
Kong!
remember
I forgot about
I
that.
had Ibanez on. Yeah, I had Ibanez on the other one of my shows that we were just reminiscing on. There's a lot of Donkey Kong. It was like, yeah,
Oh
man.
yeah,
You know,
yeah.
it was it was ahead of its time. And
Mhm.
I feel like it's been hard. It's been hard for Nintendo to pull out a solid Donkey Kong nowadays. I don't know what's going on, but ever since Rareware just packed up and went to Microsoft, it hasn't been the same since. I was like, oh man, man, they need to go back. They need Nintendo need to get Rareware back, man. They're chilling right now. They really do.
And playing
But
Sonic, I remember
that's
doing
awesome.
that too.
The Sega Genesis, let's go.
Yep.
Listen, I'm a big Sonic fanatic. You know, I've played every Sonic game that you can think of, and I still play it. I still play it now. Recently, I was playing Sonic Frontiers that came out, which was a solid title. It's solid. They're back in their Renaissance era, I would say. They're finally coming out on top. Sega's doing what they got to do to really push Sonic ahead of the game again. And I think it's thanks to like the movies that came out. Like the movies really, really jump started his fan base again. I mean, because his fan base is strong, but having those movies in there really brought more of the audience, more attention to him, which made them more money.
AP.
Yes.
See that?
Oh,
See what?
Donkey Kong.
Oh man, you got the classic box. Let's go.
Full in box, yes.
Hey,
It's bringing me back
bro,
right now.
I haven't seen that box since what was it? 1999.
Oh my
The
gosh.
first time I seen it. Man,
Yeah.
it's been a long
Classic.
time.
I try to keep some of the classics around.
Mm-hmm. And I still got my rare version of my Nintendo 64 because I remember they was doing a bundle back when Nintendo was Funko, like GameStop was Funko Land, and when my mom purchased the Nintendo 64, I got the green version, like the clear green. It was rare to get.
That translucent era had a
Mhm.
chokehold on everybody. Yeah.
I'm telling you, man, that thing right there, it was so hard. People was like literally like, yo, if you got one, like you were the GOAT if you got one. To get the green one. I was hyped. I was like, yeah. I'm one of the cool kids now. You know, and I still got it. I still keep it preserved. I flexed a little bit, you know, on Twitter. I was like, look at this. Who still got this? But I love that stuff, man. I love the collectibles. I love the nostalgia. I still got my I got my Donkey Kong 64. I still got my Mario Kart 64. My I still got Star Fox 64 as well. You know, I still got. You know what game that I really miss was Rush. What was it? Rush 2049. That game was solid, man. I don't know why they stopped making them. It was so sad, man. I love those games. Then I had my Mortal Kombat. Oh man, I think it was Mortal Kombat 4. I think it was 4 on the the 64. I think it was, if I'm not mistaken. And then of course GoldenEye. Everybody had that. Everybody had that.
That just came out again. Just released it on Game Pass and Xbox.
Mm-hmm. Oh, and also it is on the they just announced that too on the what you call it, the Nintendo Direct. It was on there. I was like, hey, I'm gonna go and play that. Yeah, so yeah, I'm big on the nostalgia stuff. That's my deal right there. Even though I love the new stuff that's out now, I know, but
Yeah,
you gotta
nothing
love the
classic.
classics. You gotta
Yeah.
love the classic. Mm-hmm. Facts. So like I do want to ask you like what inspired you to start streaming, for the most part. I know we talked about a little bit behind the scenes, but what inspired you to do what you do?
Well, I guess what like I was kind of telling you a little bit that everyone else didn't get to hear is just playing with my friends. And then it'd be like, oh, just turn your Twitch on so we could watch you play. And I kind of figured out what Twitch was. And I would turn it on and they would watch so they could be a part of the raid, even though maybe they weren't necessarily in the raid. And they could still be a part of it and listen in and watch and just feel like they were with us. And then it became a thing. And then I just kept doing it and noticed other people would come into the stream and kind of chat. And then I would end up, eventually start playing with them. And it was kind of a cool way to meet people that weren't necessarily my normal people that I played with on a regular. And I kind of like just started to expand and grow and getting to make new friends. And it just kind of stuck, I guess. And now I just keep doing it. So, yeah.
Hey, that's what I'm talking about. And that's the thing, man, especially with streaming, is like you meet so many wonderful people and it's like, yeah, I love to watch this person. I love they kicking it. They're pretty cool, down to earth.
Mm-hmm.
I always tell people this. I said, if you're gonna be a streamer and you want to start, just remember you need to ask yourself this: why do people want to watch you every day? What is something about you that people want to watch and people enjoy? And once you figure that out, and say, oh, well, people love my personality. They love that I'm cool. I'm very interactive with my chat. We have a good time, great vibes, great people that I'm with all the time. It's just those things. And I tell new streamers too, I said, listen, don't be discouraged. Even if you got one guy watching your stream, that guy's going to think you're the best streamer ever. They support you, and they're going to tell their friends. They're going to be like, hey, I love watching this guy. I watch this guy all the time, and then the crowd come in, but never stop doing what you do. Keep being you, and that's the most important thing when it comes to streaming. Because there's a lot of times that there are people out there, we've seen it, where they just forget who they were at first, and then they get on this high horse and act like, oh, all y'all beneath, while I'm watching you. Like, you don't want to do that.
Right.
Stay humble, stay cool, be you, and that's where you came from, and continue that. That's most important. I always tell people that. But anywho, I do want to know something. What is something, before I even ask anything about Destiny, I do want to ask, what is something about you that most people don't know about? That most people don't know.
Well, I would probably say maybe where I came up with my name, Unicorn Shred. Maybe a lot of people don't know where that originates from, is just basically growing up being obsessed with horses. And I was a barrel racer for a lot of my life. I've done a lot of riding, and I didn't want to necessarily create a name that was like horse. But I loved unicorns. So I kind of created the name from that. And a lot of people don't know that I have this deep passion for horses, and that's where it comes from. That's everything to me, actually, is horses. I love it.
I think that's the inner Texan in you.
Yeah.
riding the prairie. Thank you, ma'am, and all that
Yeah.
good stuff. You know, that's awesome though. That's pretty cool, and it's cool. To,
Mhm.
like, just look at your whole decoration. It glimmers from the whole unicorn and the whole horse type thing. That's cool. I like that.
Yeah.
I
The
definitely like
minion is probably cool. I think, is that a Pikachu that fell over or is it asleep?
that.
Oh.
Yeah, I
It's
wanted
asleep.
to know that.
Oh, I got a sleeping. Oh, hold on. Hold on. I got one too. Hold on. Let me get it.
Go get it, Sergio. You gotta bring it over here. The sleeping Pikachu.
It's the best, right?
I have a sleeping Charmander.
You have a sleeping Charmander? Oh.
Oh.
Yeah.
It's cute.
Nice.
Yeah, and I have a small handmade Snorlax too.
Oh,
Adorable.
man.
Yeah.
Where'd y'all get them from?
I get this at Target. Yeah,
Target.
Target.
Hey.
Shout out to Target.
I'm gonna be on Target tonight.
I was trying to get the Squishmallows, but I only was able to acquire the Pikachu. Gengar is like one of my top favorites, and I really wanted that one. That one was really hard to get. So,
Oh, yeah, I can about imagine. Oh man, I'm gonna be on Target tonight to check to see what they got.
yeah, I just don't have the strength to wait in line. So I said, okay. If I find one, then it's cool. If not, that's all right.
Mm-hmm.
Right. I mean,
I'll
'cause
just admire it from afar.
Lisa says, "Squish marshmallows."
Yeah,
Absolutely.
the Squishmallows, they're really soft.
I bet they look like they're soft, man. I gotta get.
They
me one.
are.
I'm going to get me one, even if I have to take off and stand in the line. I gotta get me one. And I'm a fire type trainer. You know what I'm saying? I gotta have my fire type swag. That's my deal. But that's awesome, man. Y'all got something in common. That's just so sweet.
I can see his Pikachu in the background.
Look at him.
Yeah, that's him. If you look, it's kind of hard to see on stream, but if you look at the top left, I almost have every generation Game Boy.
Oh,
That's
wow.
crazy, bro. Bro, you got to do like a whole. You need to do like a whole Let me show you my archive type stream.
I know. I want to put them in like a display box, but
Yeah,
soon.
that'd be nice.
Collecting them was the first part.
Yeah,
I do say that I appreciate it when people take the time to show everything in their room and their setup and talk about it. It's kind of cool.
yeah, me too. I like that. Have you guys seen that one dude who's been collecting games from all over, and he's got this massive super library of games. He's literally have shelves. He categorized everything. This guy was yo, this guy's a collector historian. I was yo, how did he fit all that in his house? It's crazy. His parents, man, he must have worked hard.
Mm-hmm.
I think as a kid, I didn't care. I would just trade stuff all the time. Yeah.
Hey, listen, I understand, bro. I used to have so many. When I tell you, I used to have so many Game Boy Advance games. It was crazy. I'm telling you, over the years, I don't even know what happened. I was saying, but I had anything you name it. I had all of the Pokemons. I had so many. I had all the Sonic games, the Mario game, you name it. I was a collector. Even my Game Boy, my GameCube collection was crazy. Man, so many trades. I just don't know what I was thinking. If I would have saved all those things, man, I probably would have a super, archive. It's just amazing about youth, man.
Yeah, that's true.
Just talking about it makes me want to get back on there and play Mario Kart.
Yeah.
Super Mario Bros.
Facts.
Sonic.
Facts. I'm telling you, man. I was so when they announced that Game Boy Advance thing, man, my heart was just golden. I was oh man, so many lovable titles, man, that I played through, man. I get a chance to experience this again, and I'm just having a blast with that. But yeah, man, I love taking a trip down memory lane. So good. Oh, I
Same.
got a great question. Even Sergio, you can even answer this too.
What's up?
What is your favorite restaurant spot? What is your favorite one? Which one of y'all want to go?
If it's chain, like
It could be chain.
yeah, I don't. So people are like, go to like a really fancy steakhouse and do all this, but you know what? I love Longhorn. Longhorn is like,
Oh yeah.
to me, can do no wrong. Longhorn's a chain, but I mean they got some good steaks.
Okay. I always wanted to go to Longhorn because I remember I was like, okay, either Outback or Longhorn. Which one?
Oh, Longhorn, definitely.
I'm gonna have to check them out because
Outback has the bloomin' onion. The bloomin' onion is pretty good, but
yes,
Mhm.
yeah. I was like, because I heard it say, hey, listen, you're gonna pay a pretty penny. You go to Longhorn. Hey, I don't care. If I can get some good steak, I'm in. Like no doubt. I'm that guy for sure. What about you, Unicorn? What is your favorite? What's one of your favorites?
I guess if I have to go with a chain restaurant, I would probably say Olive Garden because I'm kind of a pasta girl and I love shrimp.
Okay.
And their soups are really
Yeah.
good.
yeah, the soups. I always
Yeah.
get the zuppa.
Yeah, the soup is
Yeah.
good, man.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's what.
I like the chicken and gnocchi.
Yeah, no,
Oh.
yeah, that's good.
That one's
too.
good.
For me, I am I love. I'm a what you call a Mexican food tycoon. Like I will.
Oh yeah, me too.
I gotta have this perfect spot, and there's this one spot that I really love to go to. It's like near Capitol. You know what I'm talking about, Sergio. You probably been to it. It's called the Val Arta, and it has the best.
Oh yeah, there. You know, funny enough, Vallarta is actually open until like 4 a.m. on the weekends.
Really?
Yeah.
Really? Are you serious?
Yeah. I'm serious. They're open until like 4 a.m. Yeah.
Wow. I didn't even know that, man. You just told me a gym. That's awesome, bro. Hey, listen. Yeah, now I'm gonna have to go out there and be like, okay, let me go and because they get so much traffic. Like I get it. They get so much traffic, man. But what's funny is the amount of traffic. You're still getting served pretty quickly. That's the interesting part about them.
Yeah.
Mexican food is my deal. Like I love Mexican food. Bucky says, I'm a pasta girl too. He says anything with tomato sauce is great. Mexican, Italian, it's all good.
I would have
love
probably
Italian.
said Mexican was my number one, but there's not a specific restaurant that is like the one that I'd have to say for that because I love them, a lot of them. I love Mexican food.
Absolutely. Yeah, it's hard because a lot of them are really good. It's like, do I want this one? Like, cause it's funny because for me, if I'm going out to go to a Mexican restaurant, I have to literally let it sit down and be like, okay, which one do I really want to go to? And then then one of my homeboys tell me, hey man, have you tried this one? I was like, oh, don't do that to me now.
There's also a difference
Killing me.
though that I've learned between like the Tex-Mex and the authentic Mexican food.
Mhm.
And if you've had authentic, it's not the same as the Tex-Mex. And I kind of grew up on
not.
the Tex-Mex. And when I had the authentic, I was like, what is this? Like, I was shocked.
Yeah.
You know,
I guess because I'm Mexican and I eat the authentic stuff all the time, that Tex-Mex almost tastes kind of exotic to me, you know?
that's how I felt. Having the
Yeah.
authentic stuff, I was like,
Yeah.
I don't think I
Yeah.
can do this. It was like,
Yeah.
it tripped me
I know
out.
what you mean. Now, here's something that's cool because I remember in 2020, I remember in my neighborhood, there was this Dominican food truck. And when I tell you, that food was smacking, oh man, like they killed that, man. I was like, yo, where can I find these guys? You know? And that was the first time I ever had Dominican food. I never had Dominican food before, and it was solid. I was like, wow, they killed that.
Nice.
Gucci says, evening, gentlemen and ma'am. Hopefully everything's going well. Staying hydrated and staying blessed. Absolutely. I appreciate you, Gucci, for dropping in like you do, man. Great support in the show. Yeah, man, there's so many great food places, man. I said you gotta know somebody who knows especially the hole in the walls. If those hole in the wall places, oh man.
That's where you go.
Mm-hmm. That's where you go. People be sleeping. I tell you.
Yeah.
I'm like, where you been? You ain't been to this hole in the wall. You are missing out.
Forget the chain. Go to the hole in the wall.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, for sure. That's why I told Chavez. I said, listen. I said, you know all the spots out there where GCX is. You gotta show us, man.
Yeah.
Show us some of them good spots. Let's see. Lucid Games says, Mr. Big Jamaican food spot. Yeah. Jerk chicken, man.
Oh,
Shoot,
yeah.
Man. That's my deal. With the fried rice. Oh, man. I'm telling you, man. I'm already getting hungry now.
We're going to have
Just
a cooking
thinking
stream in a minute. We keep it up.
For sure. We're going to have our grills out. It's like, all right.
We're about to be getting
Welcome to Down Home Cooking. See, like, he like rice, peas, oxtail. You killing me, bro. You killing
I'm
me.
getting hungry. Yeah.
Oxtail. I ain't never had no oxtail before. I don't know.
It's actually pretty
I don't
good.
know about that.
Dude, just don't think about it.
Don't think about it. Yeah.
Just eat it. Don't think about it.
Exactly. For sure. Yeah, I'm telling you, it's good. It's good. You would actually enjoy that. Like, no cap. I love that. Man, just think about all the good places. We go. That's what we do. We go to GCX. We're gonna have a IRL stream. Okay, hey, we going to the.
We are. We're gonna get some oxtail.
We're gonna go get some.
Since we're all going.
Facts. We might as well. Shoot.
Yeah.
But that's awesome. That's awesome. Well, so now all the good and fun stuff is over. I do want to ask you, how did you mentioned something about starting streaming during the pandemic and everything like that, and what Destiny did you start? Did you start Destiny 1 or did you start Destiny 2?
Not Destiny 1. It was definitely Destiny 2. However, I have downloaded Destiny 1 and I have ventured into it a little bit, but I wasn't a part of it when it was a thing. So.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Yeah, like Destiny, that's the thing. For me, I started back in the beta of Destiny 1. Never forget it. I just came off of playing Mass Effect, the whole Mass Effect series, and I was playing DC Universe Online. I was like, you know what? I want a game that, is ongoing or something like that. Like, I was like, I need something new. And then there was the beta, and I was like, let me download this. I had a PS3 at the time. And I was like, okay, I started out, my first thing was Titan, you know what I'm saying?
Oh, gosh.
Yeah. Listen, I'm not a Titan man anymore, but back in Destiny 1, I was. I play all classes now.
I do too.
But I was like, okay, let me try this. I like to punch stuff. Let me see what he's working.
I like to punch stuff.
So I fell in love with it, and man, I had a blast. I had a blast. Like, man, this gunplay feels crazy. I love the whole aesthetic. Yeah, I was just having a good time. I was like, this is nice. A nice tradition. I was like, nobody's doing that. And that's how I fell in love with it. And here I am now. About to be 10 years in the marriage and still loving the game.
Mm-hmm.
But it's great how this game brings people together. It's truly amazing. I heard people got married on this joint. I heard, business partners.
Yeah.
I was like, wow.
I've heard that too. I have a friend actually. who's in my community, and she told me she met her husband on playing Destiny in an LFG. She lived in California and he lived here in Texas. And then she moved to be with him and they're married now. I'm just like, what?
Wow.
Yeah.
See what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's what I'm talking about.
Mm-hmm.
Salute to the real fiasco. We need some beef patties with cocoa bread. Hey, that's what I'm talking about, man. If y'all ever had that, it's solid. He's right. You know, that's good. Beef patties with cocoa bread. Get out of here.
Yeah.
And thank you, House of Pirates, 1971. You are a MVP for sure, man. Welcome in. Thank you for joining, man. You always supporting out here. I appreciate you. Thank you for the raid, brother. And so like I'm telling you. The Blue Powerade, which one? That's awesome, man. Yeah, man, that Blue Powerade is the best right there. No doubt. No doubt.
I love Blue Powerade.
That facts, man. That red one, I just can't get with that, man. I was like, you can miss me with that. Blue all day, you know what I'm saying? But with Destiny 1, man, I was excited. I was like, this is my game right here. And, here we are just to see where we're at now. We're at the beginning of the end of the first chapter. So, it's exciting. I'm excited about it for sure.
It was overwhelming for me at first, really overwhelming, but I wanted to get into it because my brother was so into Destiny and I just wanted to play with him. And so I just pushed through it and just took a little bit, I remember the first thing he ever did with me was the Whisper mission. And
yes.
My God, he would stand there and watch me do the jumping part and just die laughing for hours. And I would get so upset because I couldn't do it. And he would just try to teach me over and over. And I will never forget that ever. It was a good time.
Wait a minute. He never got a chance to teach you where that shortcut is? When you get into the green room?
Shortcut?
There's a shortcut.
Look, we are some basic gamers out here, y'all. We don't be doing the shortcuts. We out here sweating. And he's definitely not going to let me do the shortcut. He's going to watch me suffer. Oh, he's trolling. I'm telling you.
He trolled you on that one.
Oh,
yeah,
100%.
So when you go in the green room, right? So once you go to, you see that huge, you got to climb all that. I found out one of my guys that I was playing with, he was like, "Hey man, what you doing? Why you doing all that?" He said, "Just come behind that little crack and you could actually walk through and it'll take you to the next part." I was like, "Oh, are you kidding me? I've been jumping these cliffs and scaffoldings this entire time." Yep, it was a shortcut to it.
I'm going to have to message my brother after this and say, "Did you find that shortcut?" Because him and his friend would just stand there and die laughing at me. Just die.
Meanwhile, they was like, "Let's go through this shortcut right here. She'll never notice." Yeah, she got you on that one. They got you. But yeah, I love that mission though. I feel like I don't know. I can't say that. Well, I would say the way they implement it, we haven't seen something like that in a minute. Where out of this public event, here's this special quest. You gotta time this public event right in order to get it. Mm-hmm. They haven't done one like that in a minute. I hope someday that they get back on that train because I think that was solid. It was a really good way of implementing something different that the community never expected was going to be out during that time because we was in our drought days at that point. Like people was leaving the game and saying, man, Destiny's dead now. We're not getting any content because we're waiting on Forsaken and all that stuff. And then lo and behold, that special quest just brought everybody back. That was the good old days. But, well, I can't say it was the good old days of Destiny 2. They were the just fake it till you make it days.
Mm-hmm.
But we're here now, and now so many people come back to the game. Even the Destiny 1 people who quit, they're back now as new lights. I've seen a lot of them. I've recruited some in my clan recently. Some really solid guys, and they're enjoying the game, especially from a new light standpoint. They're in awe because they're like, oh man, so much things that to do. I don't know where to start, and I think that's the kind of hard part when it comes to anybody jumping into this game. It's like, okay, where do I start? What do I do? Okay, I know I got to do this first part. Then once that first little new light, quest is over, story quest, okay, now everything else is open up to you. Figure it out.
Mm-hmm.
And it's one of those things where that's when a lot of the new lights need to lean on us as veteran players to say, what do we do next? How do you level up? Where do I go to get some high loot stuff? Because they don't really have the best tutorial when it comes to the new lights like they should have. Because I remember, Chavez saying the same thing when he finally started playing. He was like, it was a little bit overwhelming because it's just a lot to do. Where to start? Where do you start?
It is overwhelming, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Lucian Game said, I am the tutorial. Yes, he actually is the tutorial. This guy right here, he's part of my clan. He's a really solid guy. If you guys want to get your builds right, he is the guy that you want to go and see, along with one of my other guys, Matt Goes Buck. He's on TikTok doing his thing with builds. But if you see any one of those guys, man, they will hook you up with the best builds and teach you a lot about the game. And trust me, Lucian here, he will find something before the streamers do. I guarantee he's always done it, especially when it comes to new content. He manages to find certain things. I said, man, you need to put your channel up. You'll be the first one. But yeah, he's solid, man. Go follow him. He's a solid guy. I appreciate you, man. But yeah, just the fact that it is tough for the new lights, for sure. So I just hope over the year they try to iron out some of the kinks and everything like that. But that being said, we did get a lot of things that just happened this week in the 12, even leading up to the 12. We got a lot of insight. We got a trailer that dropped as well. Showcasing some of the supers that we managed to get that people have been wanting to see, what are the supers and the aspects, and we finally got them. So I wanted to go ahead and get to the 12. So we had a lot of things coming up. They did a lot of preview. They showcased the weapons and everything like that. So I want to ask you guys, first off, did you get a chance to see the trailer? And what was your thoughts on it? So, Chavez, you're up first, sir. What you think of the trailer?
I think the trailer is kind of cool. I think the at first what I really hated was like the whatever ornaments or armor sets they have. They look kind of funky, but I guess the I guess the more you look at it, I'm like, well, I can't do anything. But they're starting to kind of grow on you. But I think I'm a warlock main, so I think what's really going to be a problem in PvP is going to be all these hunters running around. So
you already know.
Yeah, but I think the trailer's good. It's pretty exciting. They got from the trailer before that one was pretty cool because you get to see the heavy stasis glaive, and I thought that was awesome. And it's kind of cool. Did you see that they even like the seasonal ornaments that you get for your armor sets, like from
solstice?
Yes, from the summer solstice, they'll even glow strand green now. Like whenever Lightfall comes out, so that looks pretty good.
Yeah, that joint is fire, boy.
Yeah, the warlock looks like mega goofy, but the Titan and the hunters look pretty good.
Oh yeah, I love the look. I love the aesthetic of it, and I'm just glad that we're going to get a lot of these, upgrades, especially to all of our stuff. And, we grind hard for this stuff. And just to get a chance to see, now Strand is a part of it. That's a new subclass. And especially with stuff like for all us hunters, bombardiers, that's going to be added on to the exotic itself. I wonder what it does. Different things. It's a lot. We weren't anticipating. I mean, we knew a lot of things was coming to the game and things like that, but we didn't. I guess we kind of underestimated what all was going to be changed. Because now it's just like there's a lot of things, a lot of changes, a lot of things that they're doing. Even we can look at the abilities, and and speaking of this, we're gonna talk about like the Strand and what they're doing, and it's pretty cool. So apparently, like there's definitions for this, of course, for the aspects and things and what they can do, especially like suspend, unravel, sever. Those are the three main key things that you got to know when it comes to user Strand. And I guess suspend is a suspended PvE enemy is lifted off the ground. Where they're kind of like tangled up and they can't do anything. So how they're going to play it in PvP is they're going to do the same thing, except you still going to be able to move just a little bit very slowly, and you'll be able to fire your weapon, but only from the hip. So they didn't want to do it where you just can't do anything, because that'll break the game. So they want to you still can do a little something. Now unravel is attacking and unravel enemy will cause threads to burst out of the target and attack other nearby targets. So once hit, that target will also become unraveled. So that's a pretty good one. And then sever. A sever enemy is less capable of affecting the material world, reducing their damage output as a result. So it says the major buff coming with Strand is Woven Nail. With this ability, the Guardian is sheathed in a protective mesh of Strand matter, reducing incoming damage. Note that in PvP, Woven Nail will only reduce damage taken on the body. Head damage and melee damage will continue as normal. So from just that, what you guys think about that? Unico, what you think? Are you liking what they're trying to do? With this?
I actually think it's kind of cool, but personally, I would prefer it to be pink and not green. But that's not going to happen. But besides that, no, I do think it is cool. I like how they use the Spider-Man reference to it, I just think that's super cool. But I guess we'll see what happens, though, when it comes out. We get to actually use it.
For sure. What about you, Chavez? What you think about all of that they just told you? You like it?
Yeah, I think it's cool. I mean, I think it's a lot different because it's just going to, dynamically just keep the game, interesting because, I think the community likes to say time to time is that it's a dead game, but I think we've talked about this before. It's not really a dead game, so it's if you're not doing enough if you think it's a dead game. So I think additionally like this, it'll be especially for new players starting, it'll just be whoa, that's cool,
You're
yeah.
Yeah, and that's the thing, man. It's the coolest thing with I love when new supers come in the game because, for people say, oh, man, it's going to break the game. We already going to go through stasis 3.0 this time. And, listen, wait, we haven't tried this stuff yet. We don't know how it's going to affect us.
Right.
Yes. Are there going to be things that might be busted? You're probably right. But we don't know that for sure because we haven't tested this stuff yet.
Yeah, we got to get in there and use it first.
Yeah, I think I kind of want to see what the grappling onto a Titan looks like.
Me too.
I just want to make a Titan just to do that. Just to fly around and do
that. Yeah, I love that, man. I was like, oh, man. I was like, what? Those points. And apparently, like with the hunters, he could grapple multiple and give us everybody else multiple grappling points as well, which is pretty cool. I just want to see what it looked like. I mean, because think about how fast you can go through a strike or something like that. Okay, he's gonna just take us this way. Let's just go. I think it's gonna be pretty cool. But so they go into the different type of things, especially Warlocks is called the Brew Weaver. So for all you Warlock guys, this one is for you. So Weaver's Call. So on a rib cast, the Warlock weaves 3 threaded eggs, which hatch into threadlings. When they hit a surface and perched threadlings are converted to additional eggs. That's pretty cool. And then Mind Spun Invocation. This aspect improves several of the Warlock's abilities. So for the grapple, when you execute a grapple melee, I didn't even know there was a grapple melee. That's crazy. A grapple melee, the Warlock weaves 3 threaded eggs from the target. That's crazy. Threading Grenade. You can consume your Threading Grenade to generate a full complement of perched threadlings. And Shackle Grenade. You can consume your Shackle Grenade to gain a buff, creating a suspended detonation on every kill. So the Warlock's telekinetic abilities culminate with their super. So Needle Storm, a deadly combination of burst damage and aerial denial on cast. The Warlock conjures strand matter into a I don't know how to say that word right there, of hardened spikes, launching them towards with a wave of their hand. Oh, wow, that's crazy. The missiles will stick into the enemies and the environment alike before detonating and reweaving themselves into an army of threadlings that will hunt down any survivors. We saw a little bit of that in the trailer. So, Charles, what you think about that, man? You happy for the Warlocks?
Yeah, I mean, it sounds kind of cool. I mean, it doesn't sound as cool as like the hunter stuff, but yeah, I'll take it.
Yeah, the hunter does sound pretty cool. I can't wait to try that.
Yeah.
I told you we hunters are the final shape. I keep trying to tell y'all that.
But I feel like the Warlocks have been kind of like on the back burner lately, and I feel like they need to have a little bit of something extra.
Yeah. What do you mean? Yeah, you think the Warlocks is on the back end?
The Titans haven't been out here slaying this season. They need to calm down in PvP, like for real. They need to calm down. So, like, we need the Warlocks.
Apparently, the Titans are crying right now because they feel like they got undercut with the new supers this time. They are really not happy.
I'm all right with that.
Oh man, Bucky said that's because Titans are beasts. Oh, you gotta
I'm
stop.
not gonna disagree, but it's crazy. Yeah.
They go have a revolt. They go have pitchforks. Yeah, they've been like
slapped around by those Titans. Okay, I've had enough.
I understand. Hey, listen, them Titans been killing us, man. They've been killing all
for real.
of us.
Every time I turn around, I'm getting punched in the face, and I'm dead. One shot, dead, over and over.
That thunderclap, like I'm like, come on, man.
Yes, they need to calm down.
Okay. Buggy said, he said Titans got screwed. We got Fist of Heaven 5.0.
Just calm down, Bucky. It'll be all right. Calm down.
You know something though? I was hoping that like for them, I could imagine them like weaving some type of like heavy like machine gun type thing that they go and just like waste everything. I was thinking that they could have did something like that. That would have been cool.
Mm-hmm.
But they gave them fins, so they'll be all right. I was like, well, you guys, I mean, I hope it's cool, at least.
Yeah, it seems like it's going to be.
It looks like it's going to be fun.
Yeah.
So calm down, Titans, and bask in what we're about to tell you about hunters. So hunters, with the thread runners. Let's go, hunters. Let's get it. So the thread runner's melee attack, threaded spike, has the hunter hurling out I love this joint right here. Hurling out a rope dart that bounces between enemies, damaging and severing them before returning to the hunter, which is dope. Upon its return, it grants melee energy for each enemy hit. Hunters can catch the rope dart by pressing the melee input button at the right time. Perfecting the timing will earn the player an additional amount of melee energy. 2 strand aspects will be available for hunters. Ensnaring slam, while in the air, press the air move input to slam downward, suspending all nearby enemies. That's gonna be dope. Widow's silk. This aspect grants an additional grenade charge. The hunter's grappling ability creates a persistent grappling tangle when it latches, which fully refunds grenade energy when grappling to. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Hunters can use this ability to set up chains of grapple points that their entire team can use, greatly enhancing their ability to quickly move around in combat and traverse the environment. Now you're gonna have to have those hunters in there. They get you everywhere.
I can get down with that. Yeah, that sounds cool.
Absolutely.
Sorry, Titans.
You know what's funny? Theirs is called the Berserker. Didn't their last one was called Behemoth? If I'm not mistaken. They really was like, we got to think of something, guys. It says the lethal combination of grapple and rope dart converting with the Threadrunner super Silk Strike. When activated, the hunter uses their grapple to freely move through the world in third-person view, while also throwing their rope dart to strike down enemies. Hunters will be able to use grapple more often during the super. And the rope dart features both a light and heavy attack. The light attack is meant for single opponents and can be used in the air and on the ground. While on the ground, the hunter can chain attacks seamlessly, hitting an enemy with the tip of the dart deals bonus damage, and defeating an enemy with it causes the enemy to explode. The heavy attack has the hunter swinging the rope dart around in a 360-degree arc and damaging all nearby enemies. As with the light attack, this can be used on the ground and the air. Man, that's crazy. And I can't wait to use that.
That sounds like a lot of coordination that I don't have. I don't know. That sounds like too much.
What do you think about it so far? Like, do you like it? Is it hunter supremacy? Yeah, I me personally, I really like it. Listen, I'm a hunter main. Well, like I said, I play all characters, but Hunter's my guy for Destiny 2. And hey, listen, I'm happy with our toolkit. I mean, because think about it, Hunters, we've been eating. We got a new super. We've already got a new super last season. And we're getting another new super this season. So we're looking good right now.
Mm-hmm.
But Chavez, what you thinking about the Hunters, man? You finally converting?
I have a hunter. I did it for fun. It's not me, man. Not me.
Not for you, huh?
Not for me. I don't know. All this stuff is really cool. It's just, I guess, recommendation would be play all of this as soon as it drops, because as soon as this crap debuts on PvP and people start mass reporting it to Bungie that this is This needs to be nerfed. This needs to be nerfed. It's
Yep.
just
Use it before
would,
it gets that way.
Yeah, I would have fun with it as quick as you can.
Yep, you're right about
100%.
that for sure. You
Yeah,
definitely hit
Lucifer
that.
Games. Yeah, you're right. I mean, no offense, but I mean that's true.
He's right though. He's right. You know, yeah, Lucifer Games. You're actually right about that, bro. They gonna nerf us the first week.
True.
The minute we get our hands on it, we're nerfing them. What?
But them Titans. Oh God.
You know Titans pass.
Yeah. That
why
bubble
they get a free
needs to be
pass?
like.
Why?
That bubble is toxic. I'm telling you, bubble is toxic in PvP. they just need to stop.
Everything
now,
about Titan in PvP is toxic right now.
Right. Oh my God. It's good. But you know something? People aren't thinking that, Strand could definitely start taking out them Titans in them bubbles, though.
Well, good.
Especially
and popping
when you
them
start tangling them up.
They pop in them barricades every couple seconds, and I'm just like, oh, I can't with them
All you
barricades.
got to do, slam down, tie him up. It's over for him. He can't move.
Yeah.
And this Bucky said, I just hope that one doesn't stand out big time. Classes are pretty even to me at the moment. I've never enjoyed playing all three as much as I have since 3.0 subclasses dropped. Yes, I definitely agree with you that, everybody's got something in their arsenal nowadays, especially with the 3.0 reworks. I think that they definitely did a really good job with that and making everybody kind of shine in their own right. So I think, yeah, I agree. Yeah, I don't want one to stand. I want them all to have like a standout. Type.
I don't know if I fully agree with that because I think I think warlocks are probably the most balanced class when it comes to everything, right? So you can
that new arc, that new arc ability is crazy. that y'all got.
I think arc on warlocks kind of do nothing to me.
Yeah.
Personally. But solar, oh man, I rock a Phoenix Protocol and my well, and it's so fun in PvE. It's so fun.
Oh yeah,
100%.
Oh yeah. For me, like especially when I play my warlock, I'm a Nova Warp guy. You don't see that many guys, Nova Warp guys like that. But I love my Nova Warp. Like I go crazy with her PvP, and they are very balanced. I do say warlocks are very balanced. I would say that their arc is more. I would say their arc is more powerful. When it comes to all the 3.0s, their arc is pretty tough. Now, yeah, their solar is good too, especially with all the healing and all that stuff. But yeah, arc definitely shined out pretty well. They did pretty good with theirs. But yeah, in general, I do think that the 3.0 is really good. Like I said, what Titans is a little bit potent, I would say. They kind of, especially with the art, when art came out, they really took it over notch. Especially with their enhanced storm grenades, man. So annoying.
Oh, yeah, sure.
They drop one of them bad boys in while you in the point, it's over for you.
Yeah,
you're not getting out of that. But yeah, I mean, somewhat balanced. They still got a lot of work when it comes to it. Bucky, like it's somewhat balanced, I would say. Now that it's somewhat. Now with this, I don't know what's about to happen now with Strand, because when Strand come out, like you said, just keep an eye out, play as much as you can, because something's getting nerfed. The first week. We all know that. We all know this. Now they did mention in an interview they was talking about what they originally wanted to do with the Warlocks is turn the Warlocks into a spider with their super, which would have been pretty cool.
That would be so cool, yeah.
Yeah, y'all would have really been on top. You're like, what? They get to turn to a spider?
We need our moment. Let's do it.
Yeah. I would have loved to see that. I
Yeah.
personally would have loved to see that. Just imagine you just like terrorized everybody as a spider in PvP. That actually would be funny.
Yeah.
People just running like, oh, watch out, watch out. But that's cool ideas that they're thinking about stuff like that. Put along one like, okay, what can we do differently that can spice up the game? But we got to also take into consideration. Remember, in Strand, we can grapple and do all of these things that play a major part in changing up the whole dynamic in PvP. Because now you're gonna have to start looking up in the sky more often than you normally do, because people gonna be doing all kind of stuff, transversive steps, grappling, all this other stuff that they're doing.
It'll be interesting to see how that plays out, though. I'm curious.
Threadlings running around. You got to try to hop and jump and get away from them. It's gonna be a lot. Bucket says, I want to see the Titans finally transition into the Hulk with all these melees. Yeah, man. Watch that final one. That the next expansion, they go like, well, he's gonna turn gigantic this time. And just be smacking stuff. I'm guessing I'm definitely on that. The next super that y'all get, the Darty's gonna be something y'all just turn super big, like a big golem or something. It's gotta be Earth. The next one's gotta be Earth. I can see that. I definitely can see like a Earth type super, something cool like that. Y'all just turn super big and just like, okay, here I am. But
I was gonna say, where are we? Okay, we're still on this. Okay, that was one part I wanted to talk about in the TWAP, but when you get there,
yeah, we about to get to that next part. Let me get this Titans out of the way. So Titans, you're the Berserker class. Let's go. So basically, so the Titan strand melee ability is Frenzied Blade. With a press of the melee button, the Titan dashes towards and slashes at enemies with their strand arm blades, severing victims and decreasing their damage output. With a default set of 3 charges, you get 3 charges. That's crazy. Titans can chain these slashes together for maximum offensive power. Titans will also be able to utilize a pair of aspects. So the first one will be Into the Fray, destroying a tangle weaves woven mail into the Titan and nearby allies, in addition to reducing damage taken. This aspect also increases the Titan's melee energy regeneration while wearing woven mail. Dringer's Lash. When the Titan casts their class ability, the Titan will blast forward a powerful ripple in reality, suspending enemies that are caught in the shockwave's path. The Titan Berserker Super, Blade Fury, sees the Titan dual-wielding fist blades and roaming the battlefield with the ill intent. The super light attack is supercharged version of the Frenzy Blade melee attack. And each light attack that connects increases the next attack's speed, which tops out after a maximum of 3 hits. In addition, so that means it's going to be super fast. And in addition, connecting with light attacks also builds energy for the super's heavy attack. With each hit with the heavy attack, the Titan hurls a pair of projectiles towards that seeks out enemies, suspending and damaging them on impact. So that sounds cool. Like elsewhere, Strand will see 3 new grenades, including Grapple, which is controlled by the grapple button. The Threadling grenade spits into 3 projectiles that weave into Threadlings upon impact. The Shackle grenade effectively acts as a bola, detonating in the suspending blast and sending out smaller secondary bolas to suspend nearby enemies. That's actually pretty cool. Into 3 projectiles. Let's see, what else? Oh, finally, it wouldn't be a new elemental power in Destiny 2 without new fragments to explore and customize your strand wielding guardian. Here's a look at some of the new fragments. So, Thread of Ascent, activating your grenade ability, reloads your equipped weapon, and grants increased damage, handling, and airborne effectiveness for a short period of time. See, that's why that airborne effectiveness is so important because of Strand now. Thread of Fury, damaging targets with a tangled grants melee energy. Thread of Finality, finishers generate threadlings. Thread of Warding, pick up and overpower grants woven from enemy seeking threadling minions to bombastic supers to game changing new mobility options. Strand is bringing a host of unique abilities to every Guardian's arsenal, prepared to conjure and weave for Destiny 2 Lightfall. So, what do you guys think about all of that so far? Just with the Titans and just the whole fragments thing in general.
Not a Titan fan, but I hope the fragment isn't a grind like it was for Stasis, because Stasis was such a grind to get all the fragment pieces.
Yeah, it was.
They did say in the interview, somebody had answered that question. I think it was on Fire Range or something like that. Somebody asked that question, and they said no, it's going to be an easier time to get Strand than it was in than Beyond Light, which is great. I was like, thank you, because that was just
that was brutal.
I hated that.
Yep.
Yeah, I was like, why? Well, why'd y'all do that to us? Yeah, so it's gonna be easier. But they did say you're not really gonna get the super until the end of the campaign. So we gotta wait till the end of the command to at least get it. You know. And I understand why, because I guess they wanted us to, for all those PvP guys, give us a little bit of time to breathe before we actually get a chance to use them. I can understand that, I guess, from that standpoint. But yeah, so far, man, it all sounds really cool. It sounds like the Titans going to be able to be like super fast with their super, just like chopping stuff up, and they even got a projectile, guys. It's not too bad. I think that's pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of things for their arsenal, and they got three ability energy reserves. That's pretty cool. So yeah, man, Titans gonna be out here. They're gonna be out here with this, and apparently, they're gonna be doing some really good stuff. And if you put your build right, you might just find out. Think about it, Worm God Caress with that, crazy. I'm already thinking of different builds I could put on. But yeah, I think it's pretty cool. I'm definitely looking forward to Strand in its entirety, for sure. Now, we want to go ahead and recap some things that they've added and they're doing when it comes to the super. So is this what you wanted to get to, Trevor?
Actually, mine was about the deep side resonance stuff that they talked about. I don't know if that came out this week or last week.
Yeah, that came out this week.
That was in there, yeah.
That's the one where they're removing attunement objectives. So, my question is, are you going to need like a red box equivalent for drop pattern pieces?
That's what I want to know. Let me see. I seen it. It should be down here. Okay, here it goes. So this is what they're saying. So does this update resonate with you? So let's see. So what's going to happen is this. They said some early warnings for folks looking to prepare for weapon crafting in Lightfall as part of the initiative to integrate weapon crafting into the broader core economy. We will be completely removing red borders, so red bordered elements from the game. Standard currencies such as Glimmer, enhancement cores, etc., will replace the element costs that exist today. So we'll also be removing the deep sight attunement objective. So basically what they're saying with this is, so when you get a red border, right, and you got to shoot in order to get the objective clear, right, they're removing that. So that's not going to happen anymore. So you don't have to worry about doing that. When you get a red border. So it says we'll also be removing the deep side to objective altogether, of course. The resonant and harmonic alloys will still be used as at launch. However, we are planning to overhaul these currencies later in the Lightfall year. And so the alloys will remain as is for now. So much of this info is hot off the presses. So apologies for the late warning. So this is news to us because at this point, we want to really talk about that because at the end of the day, what they're saying is basically they don't want they're going to change the system from what they're saying. They're going to change the whole weapon. They want it to be more broader, the way they're doing it. So the objective of how we do the crafting is going to be removed. So no more going out there shooty just to gain that red bar to complete it so you can flip it. That's stopping. So
Thank goodness.
Yeah, that's a good change. I like that.
Yeah.
The only thing that I'm concerned about is, yes, they're going to change everything. It's going to be a little bit different. Yes, it's going to be there's going to be certain things that they're going to be tweaking. And they just said that, so I'm guessing probably the next season or two, after Lightfall, they're going to really overhaul a lot of these things. So the currency, the resident currency, that's going away after, I would say, next season. A lot of that currency stuff, you're still going to be able to use like the resident material stuff at the start and everything, but they said they're going to change it where I guess like it's going to be enhancement cores and stuff like that, glimmer that you got to use instead. So they're really trying to change the crafting thing. They want to make it broader, which I understand from that standpoint, because if you think about it, crafting right now is it's still kind of exclusive to certain things, and that's not what they're looking for anymore. That they want to change that to it to be more, broad, where you can craft certain things, even like world weapons. You should be able to craft that type of stuff. So a lot of that stuff is going to be changing. What do you think about it, Unicorn? Do you like that they're changing this full thing and they're going to really kind of open up the floodgates when it comes to crafting?
I'm definitely glad they're changing it. 100%.
Yeah, because this has been something I've been thinking about too, over the course of just us from when we had it and when it was first introduced. I was like, I don't really like how they implemented it. I thought it could have been better when it came to just the crafting in general.
It's a lot of work.
It is a lot of work, and I think they didn't want it to make it a chore.
That's what it is. It's a chore, yeah.
Mm-hmm. What do you think, Chavez? Are you happy how it is, or what they're trying to do?
Yeah, I think it might raise engagement a little bit because, it's, like Unicorn said, it's a chore, right? Mm-hmm. And I guess part of the things in the community is that you have to kind of spend time trying to get all these patterns by doing all the red borders, and I mean it's you could cheat and technically just you can extract it by deleting it and then they'll take the pattern out of it, but
that's true.
Then you have to find the same weapon 3 times, which is also kind of hard or annoying.
It's a lot
because RNG drop rates are terrible.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I think this is a step in the right direction, because if they make it a less grindy game like this, people might stop complaining a little bit.
And then you got to level it up.
Mm-hmm.
And that's annoying.
Yeah. They completely taking that away. And the good thing about that is too, like you was just saying, it's not going to be a chore like that anymore. And it's good for the new lights, because a lot of new lights, they're coming into the game like, okay, how do I craft weapons? Oh, I got to do all this. I got to collect all this stuff. Oh, man, it's,
Well, right, because this is part of it, right? Because they still have to expand the new crafting system too.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
And again, they said it was hot off the presses. They wanted to warn us about that. which it was better late than never, right? But the thing about it is, they're literally going into a new crafting. They're really going to build a whole new thing. So they wanted to let us know, listen, guys, we are changing everything. We're changing this. It's gonna be done. Lightfall, you're gonna notice some differences. This is a good change, especially for the new lights when they come in. They can adjust to it quick. Us, we're gonna have to take some time to adjust to it, which we're happy about because at least we ain't gotta do all that stuff. But that's not to say that whatever they have coming down the pipeline in the next seasons, when they really overhaul it, how it's going to differ based off of different things like that. So I think it's going to be interesting. Going forward. Yeah, I'm guessing it's going to be the next season after Lightfall that they're going to start to really emphasize and really add certain things to it to really say, hey, look, this is the way it's changed now. This is what you got to do. Mm-hmm. Now, they could really do a thing where, well, we're gonna put the crafting thing on your directory instead of having to go to Mars all the time. They could do something like that. They just got different ways that they could do it. I don't see them continue. I mean, they could, but they're gonna change the whole system. It's not gonna be the same no more. The whole deep side thing, they're getting rid of that. So it's gonna be interesting. Lucer says, it doesn't matter what the change, Warlocks and Titans will still complain about Invis Hunters.
Yeah.
I love the Invis Hunter. Love it.
Yeah, that's my thing. King Tallboy, thanks for joining, man. Appreciate you listening in the clouds. Thank you so much. But yeah, that was one of the things that I think a lot of people have been questioning because I think it's one of those things that like we don't know how this is going to affect everything, and I think people was getting kind of nervous about it. But I'm glad they kind of explained it, and I think they're going to explain it a little bit more later. Don't worry, guys, they will do that. So just keep in mind. That was one of the big ones for sure. So moving on, I definitely want to go into the subclass changes as well because yes, while we got the new, there are some things that they wanted to really change up when it came to the 3.0s because we all seen this coming. We all knew they was going to do some things. They were going to add, take away, do the little things that they were going to do. So, first things first. So it says, for Lightfall, we're making the following changes. Focus on passive cooldown gains. Rescale the efficacy of discipline, strength, and each class ability stat on grenade, melee, and all class ability regeneration rates. So in general, the regeneration provided by a tier 10 stat is now roughly equivalent to a tier 8 in the previous system. That's actually interesting. Mm-hmm. Each stat tier now provides a more consistent gain in cooldown reduction rather than spiking heavily at lower tiers. All right, so basically what they're going to do is, and they kind of explain like Destiny 2 is a game about space magic and your abilities will always be central to your combat loop. While this change looks like a lot on paper, we believe that build crafting improvements coming in Lightfall will more than make up for it. So as a quick example, your legendary armor now has 3 types of specific mod slots, up from 2, that can fit a wide variety of mods that are no longer restricted by elemental affinities, which is great. Starting in Lightfall, you'll be able to run all the following ability energy regeneration mods at the same time and more freely be able to socket multiple copies of each. So these are the ones that you're going to be able to slot that doesn't have any affinity anymore. Bomber, Outreach, Impact Induction, Utility Kickstarter, Melee Kickstarter, Grenade Kickstarter, Invigoration, Insulation, inversion, innervation, however you say it, hands-on, access to assets, and dynamo. So all of these ones, guys, are not going to have the affinity, so you can slap them on any armors, which is great because I really like utility Kickstarter, for sure, and dynamo and outreach. So now I can put them on any armors, no matter the affinity, which is good. It says, additionally, armor mod energy costs have been reduced across the board. So, and artifact mods no longer need to be slotted into your armor, giving you more space to build craft.
Oh shit!
Ain't that crazy? Woo.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You build craft to your heart's content. In fact, so much is changing and being added in Lightfall that we expect players will find unique combinations of mods and perks that we didn't anticipate. In the coming seasons, we'll continue to tune the greater ability energy economy along with updates to specific ability potency to make them feel more powerful, which is great. So this is what they're doing for the cooldowns. But before we do the cooldowns, what do y'all think about this? I think this is great to me. I really do think this right here is solid.
Yeah, especially if the artifacts don't take up a space and they just do what they're intended to do.
Mm-hmm.
They have a lot of room for kind of mucking around and kind of just creating new things. So that is pretty exciting.
Yeah, and that's the cool thing because now we can really, really play around with a lot of stuff now that we finally they opened the floodgates for us. It's gonna be people are gonna be in here. Even Lucifer said, "Yeah, bro, you're gonna have a lot of work. Yeah, you're gonna have a lot of work cut out for you, bro. Like no cap, he's about to be working hard. He's gonna put in long hours. I know him. Yeah, he's gonna be testing stuff to the max now.
Yeah, building all kinds of new things.
Yeah. And even they even said we're gonna be finding stuff that they didn't even anticipate that we could do with
Teach
the
us
builds.
the
It's about to
ways.
be crazy. Yeah. I am Group, man. I appreciate you, man. Thanks for coming in. He says, Uni. What's going on? Thank you for joining. Yeah, see, and this is what I like. I've been wanting this for a long time because I was like, I feel like a finish is kind of holding us back from being able to really explore. And now they're opening up the floodgates. I guarantee nobody's going to just go into the campaign right when we launch because people are going to go ahead and say, let me go and put this on.
Mm-hmm.
Let me go.
Let
me test out something before I even hit the field.
Let me see what's broken.
Exactly. Well, let me see what's broken. But get this, guys. So think about this. Because they did this, we know Strand is here, right? And they did this change to add on to that. So we got Strand. We already know what we're going to be doing with Strand. Now you add the mods and abilities that now they're unlocked. And you can add that to Strand. And, of course, it helps you upgrade when it comes to your 3.0s. This has changed the game. It has. To be honest, I mean, look at all of that. That's crazy.
Yeah.
And now they said the artifact armor mods, we don't have to worry about slotting them. So that means we can finally just, use the stuff that we want to use and and use more things and stack stuff too, which is great. Game
changer.
Absolutely. I see this as a big, big W right here.
Yeah.
Lucifer says, low key, I've been on D2 Armor Picker the last week, writing down numbers and bills. Yeah, bro, I know you've been doing that. For sure. Neo X90, what's up? Another day at the job, but I'm here. Hey, man, I appreciate you, man. Thank you for joining in, man. Always a pleasure to see you coming in here. Man, Neo, man, we got a lot to talk about, man. They opened up the floodgates on these bills, man. I know you excited about it as well. House of Pirates says, made it more accessible but easier. Yeah, I agree with you on that, man. They really did that. And man, if only the new lights know what they're getting, man, they don't even know what they're getting right
They
now.
ain't ready.
They are not ready. You know, this is a whole new level of Destiny that we're going to be playing now. Woo, it's crazy. So what they're doing for Lightfall, they're also adjusting the base cooldowns on some of the grenade, melee, and class abilities. So we provided more details, information in the patch notes when Lightfall goes live. So as a preview with the Lightfall, we're reverting the base cooldown change to the dodge class ability that was implemented in the hot fix 6305. As we feel that their cooldown under the new stat scaling system is in a good place. So this is what they're doing. So for marksman dodge base cooldown, we reduced it from 34 seconds to 29 seconds. That's a great change. Gambler's dodge base cooldown, they reduced that from 46 seconds to 38 seconds. Nice. I am so happy for this because yes, yeah. We're in, boys. Girls, we are in. Yeah, because the cooldown was a little bit too long. I was like, come on, like, especially when you're trying to do something, especially the hard content, and you want to turn invisible. You're like, oh man, I'm still waiting for that uptick, and you had to kind of try to build around that. You know, it has been kind of a hassle for a while, so I'm so glad for this change right here. Now they're going to talk about roaming supers. So they wanted to address Roman Supers because we all know Roman Supers it's not in a great place right now. So that's why they're doing this, and you know why. So they said we're working to address the problem, and we don't have the full suite of changes ready just yet. As a first step in Lightfall, we're increasing the maximum number of orbs of power that Roman Supers can generate from 5 to 7. And reducing the number of orbs that burst supers create from 7 to 5. We believe that this split more clearly reinforces the gameplay role of these types of supers, and still provides space for burst supers to shine in combat. With future releases, we plan to do a larger tuning past to balance roaming supers performance in higher tier that is great to hear. That is great to hear, because let's keep it real, guys, and everybody in the chat. I want to know what y'all think about this too, because we all know in harder content nobody's using roaming supers at all. That's been a big problem when it comes to in-game content. Nobody's using. You're not going to see a striker type, a Fist of Havoc Titan in a raid or a dungeon like that. You're not going to see a Dawnblade, Daybreak, Warlock in hard content. That's just not going to happen. I think right now, with them saying that means there's hope for the future, that now they're going to start to increase the damage output that Roman Supers do. It's about time for them to start doing that, because it's good with ads, but listen, let's keep it real. Ain't nobody running in there with a Spectral Blade Hunter going into any game content, because you can't do barely no damage. It is even hard to do damage with just regular ads with that super. It's been time for this to happen, and I'm definitely happy about this. Before I even ask my audience, I do want to ask you, Unicorn, do you like this? The direction that they're going and what they're just saying, even back to with the orbs, trading off the orbs from burst to roaming. What you think about that whole thing?
I think it's a good change, because now, like you said, with the spectral blades and stuff, it'll be nice to be able to utilize those things. It'll be a good change for sure.
Absolutely. Chavez, what you thinking, man? From based off of what we just heard, are you confident in this ability? Are you hoping that one day you'll be able to slap on that Daybreak and be able to really hammer down a boss?
I don't know if in master type content, I don't know, because I feel like things like that aren't like super consistent when it comes to like your whatever you're facing's health gate, because that thing is so, to me, broken sometimes. But yeah, we could see. We'll see. We'll see where it goes.
Yeah, and that's the thing. It's been a long time coming. This is something that everybody's been really talking about. With these supers not being up to par. I think that's that's a big concern going forward when it comes to these things. And I think this is them showing us that, listen, we're listening to you guys. We understand. Yes, this has been a long time problem, and we're going to try to fix this going forward. And I want to get to the chat. So for chat, all of my guys that's in the chat, I do want to hear from y'all. So I know House of Pirates says this. He said he tested the mythic class with Rain of Fire. Never lost radiance. That's dope. That's dope right there. Lucifer says also, he said, take into account this season they upped enemy numbers so we can predict Lightfall will have increased numbers too. So the changes they did predict, you're right about that. Changes to builds are to compensate for that. So they did say there's going to be a lot of enemy density going forward in Lightfall 2. They did specify that. So it's going to be a lot going on when it comes to ads. They're going to be at an all-time high. We're talking like, shoot, I guess we're talking like duality. Think about when you go to the front of most duality, how many ads.
Maybe it's too much.
Right. And think about that. The amount of ads in there, your Roman Super weren't able to do much where they are now to even deal with all of that.
It's true. So
this is something that I'm glad that they're touching, because this has been a problem, especially now that they're going to increase more ads, and especially in Strikes 2. They did mention that in Strikes 2. So we need those Roman Supers to be at a great spot. So I'm thinking Strand's Roman Supers, is going to be pretty nice compared. So they want to bump up the light subclass supers because they're going to be under level. I think the best Roman Super, one of the best ones, is that Titan Behemoth one, because it actually can do a lot of damage against bosses, which is actually crazy. I think that's the only powerful, really real powerful one that's out there. I think the second one is the Archstrider. That's it. But yeah, let's see. I Am Group says excited for the new Darkness subclass. Calls Stasis is Bay. Because Stasis is Bay. Yeah, I get you. You a Stasis guy. I see you. Yeah. House of Pirates says true. So I don't see how you won't be able to stay radiant or anything else. Yeah, man, that radiance is going to play a great part, especially in these builds now. They were having a conversation. It says this is true, but there are certain cooldowns you got to watch for. Group says hopefully they come out with harder content than GM. Hey, listen, man, they talked about it. Now I've heard rumors that they are scaling Destiny 2 with Lightfall to be a little bit more harder. So if that's the case, they're going to, like you guys said previously, they're going to have to make some compensations so that way we're going to be able to survive. Because if they're going to scale this bad boy, we're going to have to be able to survive with the Roman Supers and things like that. And our ability cooldown is going to have to be a little bit quicker than they used to be. Let's see. You talking about a Stasis Hunter. So Neil said, Rain of Fire been my main since it came out. He said, but the slight nerf with Vex will suck, but hopefully not kill. Yeah, I hope that doesn't kill the gun, man. I definitely agree with you, man. I hope they don't do that, because right now Vex will be in a good spot, especially going into Lightfall, having that and keeping the radiance up and stuff like that. I hope that doesn't happen. Let's see. Pirate says, I feel down with the updates to autos and Mythic class gets better and more stable, because they did say that Mythic class was classified in that. Yeah, they did say that Mythic class should receive that buff too. Yeah, Dia says, which is awesome. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, so yeah, everybody's kind of on board with that too. Like, even with the scaling and everything like that, we all know that, the Roman Supers, they've been underwhelming, and that's one of the things. And I even saw Astrocross. He made a great video. He's been making videos like crazy, because now, like, he's like, man, I got a lot of work cut out for me now, because now we're gonna have to test a lot of armor sets, synergies. He's gonna test a lot of weapons, especially things like that. Especially with Strand. If you think about it, we know that they talked a lot about different armor sets, especially working with glaives and stuff like that. Exotics working with glaives. We already know Necrocraz, the Necro Grips works with the glaive, which is pretty cool. Different things like that. And then you add Strand onto that, it's going to be pretty crazy with the Threadlands and all that stuff. But yeah, Roman Supers were in the bad spot, are still in the bad spot right now to this day, but they're trying to fix that as we speak. All right, so we're also making some changes to the only 3 supers, our longest cooldown tier, reducing their base cooldown by 1 tier. So Hammer of Soul, Daybreak, Spectral Blades, base cooldown reduced from 10 minutes and 25 seconds to 9 minutes and 16. This I'm actually really glad about. I'm actually glad about this, because I am a Spectral Blade hunter in PvP, and I could go 3 rounds in trials and still haven't gotten my super. That's actually crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody else popping their supers, and I'm still chilling on halfway. I was like, come on, stop it. I'm glad that they did this. This is really good, especially with Daybreak and Hammers, which means you're gonna start seeing Hammers out here.
That'll be interesting.
That's very interesting. That's good though, because I did kind of feel like Hammers was way too slow. I'm like, why is Hammers this slow to recharge like this? It's crazy. So good change. I see that. They said we'd also like to take opportunity to detail a few ability-specific tuning changes coming in Lightfall. This is not a comprehensive list, which, as always, we found out in our patch notes, but it represents a portion of the major changes we're making. So first up, Ward of Dawn. With the 3.0, Ward of Dawn was reintroduced as a selectable super rather than being tied to a Sentinel shield, as we've introduced more objective game modes into the Crucible. Look at them blaming the game mode. Stop it. Into the Crucible, Zone Control, Iron Banner Fortress, and Capture Zone Trials. It's become clear that Ward of Dawn is overperforming. We don't want to reduce its functionality in PvE content, and in general, we still want Ward of Dawn to be a strong option when you need to lock down a point on a map. We're making a few changes. So Ward of Dawn is basically going to get maximum health reduced from it looks like 13. Let's see, 135,000 to 8,000 damage health. Damage dealt to the ward by PvE combatants has been reduced to compensate. In general, Ward of Dawn's effective health in PvE should not meaningfully change. That's actually very scary in a way. Standardized the damage dealt by each type of kinetic and energy against the ward itself. Previously, energy weapons did 2.5 times damage to Ward of Dawn, and kinetics did 1 times damage. Now, regardless of damage type, all weapons do 1.5 times damage to the Ward of Dawn. Armor of Light has been updated to reduce the potency in PvP. Maximum health reduced from 425 to 300. Now inherits void overshields by 50% PvE damage resistance. No longer negates precision damage. Ooh, that's crazy. What do y'all think about that change when it comes to the bubble? They got hit hard this time. But we can't say we didn't see it coming.
Get rid of it. Get rid of it. Get rid of it.
It needs to be hit hard.
Yeah, they had to do it. They had to do it. You bubble titans out there. I know you're crying right now, but hey, listen, y'all was out of control.
Out of control,
hey, listen,
for real.
it's y'all fault because you guys kept on placing them bubbles down on them points. They said, look at what y'all doing. You gotta blame your brethren for messing that up for you. So I can't feel sorry for that one. That had to go, man. It had to go. Oh yeah. So one of the guys said, Pirate said, with the new stuns for champs, I have already started putting those tests and builds together so far. And Neo says, no, let me scroll down. He says, and there's a few good exotics for Solar Titans as well. Bubble nerf, well, it's nerfed. Win-win for everyone. Absolutely. Yep. Yeah, I agree. It was time, man. Listen, those bubble Titans, man, they was having a little bit too much fun. It got carried away, and now it's time for them. And now it's time
for them to calm down.
It's time, man. We want to have a safer ecosystem to play Crucible control gameplay modes. So now this is similar. So Thunder Crash is currently proven to be too difficult to counter or escape in high level Crucible modes, and is too strong at both. It's pseudo roaming and shutting down rolls. You know what they're talking about. You know how some guys they be trying to fake that they're gonna do like the Thunder Crash little ability, and then they pop their super. I hated that. It said our goal with these changes is to bring it in line without compromising on its fantasy of allowing you to be the missile. So this also felt like a good opportunity to give Fist of Habits a damage boost against PvE targets. So we're including. Oh, that's actually good. That's good. So they're gonna give Fist of. So for all you hit Fist of Habit guys, you got some increased damage in PvE. That's pretty good for y'all. Let's see. Thunder Crash reduced maximum flight time from 5 seconds to 4.5 seconds. I mean, that's not too bad. Reduce the size of the damaging volume around the player while in flight by 20%, and pushing it further forward in front of the player to make flyby disintegrations more intentional. Descent now begins earlier in flight, reducing landing detonation size versus players by 20%, unchanged versus PvE targets, which is great. Fists have increased PvE damage by 20%. Arc 3.0 Spark of Resistance Fragment is achieving our intended goal of making close range combat safer to engage with, but it's a bit too easy to keep rolling throughout an entire PvE encounter of Crucible Skirmish. We're making a couple of changes here to increase the difficulty of doing it, so without changing its potency while you're in the fray. So Spark Resistance increased nearby enemy count requirement from activated from 2 to 3. Reduce linger time after you no longer surrounded from 4 seconds to 2 seconds. Let's see. So 3.0 Daybreak duration providing by Dawnblaze attunement of Flame Path was removed, with which was left Daybreak in a lackluster place. With Lightfall, in addition to the cooldown reduction detailed above, reducing its attack cost and increasing its damage output against PvE targets. So Daybreak, super energy costs reduced from 10% to 6.5% per swing. Increased PvE damage by 25%. Phoenix Dive has also struggled to find a solid role in most gameplay styles, and it's too difficult to justify picking over healing or empowered rip. So we're making a suite of changes to increase the viability across game modes, including a base cooldown reduction. Phoenix Dive, base cooldown reduction from 82 seconds to 55 seconds. That's actually tremendously good. While Heat Rises is active, Phoenix Dive's restoration duration increases from 1 second to 3 seconds. That's great. I'm glad. While Daybreak is active, Phoenix Dive's cooldown is significantly reduced, allowing the rapid reactivations. While Daybreak is active, Phoenix Dive detonation maximum damage increased from 80 to 220. Goodness gracious. So, for all of this, guys, what do you guys think about this change, even from just the, the whole Thunder Crash deal to the Spark Resistance for Arc and the whole Daybreak? Are you guys happy with these changes? Especially you Titans. I need you Titans, to let me know what y'all think about Thunder Crash.
Yeah, I mean, Thunder Crash is like you said, it's kind of hard to avoid. Like once you hear that lightning, just hide.
Yep, run.
You already know you're done.
So I think the cooldowns are pretty cool. Because I mean, it just depends, right? Because like if you have like certain like armor pieces, you can your cooldown is not that bad, right? Because like I think with like Phoenix Protocol, you get like up to 75% of your super bat when you're in the well. So for me as a Warlock main, Solar main, changes are good, but I don't know. I don't know if they're going to be like mind bending for me at least.
So let me ask you this, because you are a Warlock, right? So you remember what is that head exotic, the chorus, right? Do you think it's going to be even better now with the 25% change to Daybreak?
Yeah, I think it could. It just depends on like how it's used, right? So I think the more people that kind of figure out these little small attunements they can make with different armor pieces, it could be awesome, or it could be nerfed very quickly. I think it just depends on like what happens. Like as soon as like people start messing around with builds and armor pieces, and because if they kind of figure out like, oh shit, I can do X, Y, and Z and get my super back in like, I don't know, a minute, 2 minutes, and they're like, oh, we might need to cool it down on all this crap that we kind of like adjusted, attuned,
Yeah, I agree. And the thing about that is too, we're gonna have to test this out in the field. I mean, because 25% damage, we don't really know how that looks. We know on paper it sounds good, but we don't know how effective it really is going to be. And like I said, again, they've been talking about, raising the standards when it comes to roamings, Rainbow Super. So, and they reduced the swing amount of energy that the sword is going to throw out, which is actually really good as well. So I guess we're going to get more swings as well with it, which is pretty good. Let's see who Neo says. What was you going to say?
I just want to say that I agree with Neo in chat, and they need to bring back the self-res for Warlocks, because that would be freaking amazing to have that back. I know that was in D1, but it's okay. They can bring it into D2.
If they brought it back, I guarantee they're going to make a new aspect where you have your super, you die, you can come back to life with it. I think they're going to do it. If they were to bring it back, I think that's how they would do it. They'll make it an aspect where, okay, you die, you can come back as long as you got that super bar, ready to go. I could see them really doing that for sure. They do need to bring it back though. It was a really clutch thing to have for sure. And Neo says, he said, again, I sniped Thunder Crashers out of the sky. He said, that's crazy, Neo, man. I gotta see that.
I'm just trying to see that is what I was about to say too. I'm trying to see it. Can you send us the clip, please?
Right.
Show me the Carfax.
real.
Show me the Carfax. I need to see these receipts. I Am Groot says, not in PvP, but PvE self-res would be perfect. He says self-res in PvP is toxic. Yeah, it is. But again, they will have to get their super. They still have to get their super and play their cards right. Because even then, even if they did it where like, okay, yeah, you got your self-res and all that type of stuff. You know, it'll have to be a way they would have to do it where it's not too overpowered in PvP, but in PvE it's pretty strong.
One of the things in PvP that drives me wild is that blink that they have going on. Oh my gosh.
You hate the blink?
I can't stand it because I'm like, where are they? And then they're above your head. And I'm like, what's going on?
I'm a blink hunter. You know, when it comes to PvP, I love my blink. Yeah, I was glad when they brought it back. I said, yes, I told everybody.
No, see?
I love it. Just imagine a blink Titan. Oh, Lord.
Oh, gosh. I can't imagine.
No.
They got too much going on already. Don't give them no ideas.
No ideas.
No.
Iron Group says, what did he say? He says self-res type. Neo says, but I can see them doing self-res for all classes. There's a ton of videos where people do that. What do y'all think about that? Would you like self-res for everybody?
No. Titans have enough going on. I think they need to give it to Warlocks.
Yeah. I think they need to give it to Warlocks.
Yeah.
It's as cool as it would sound. I think that they should just keep that for the Warlocks. That's your thing right there.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I wouldn't give it to anybody else. You know, give everybody else other things. You know, Let's see. Group says easy enough, but Sweats. Yeah, of course, Sweats going. He said he loved Blink too. Bucky says, I love self-res Warlocks in PvP. At the end of my scope. Oh, look at him. Look at him. Neo says, because if Warlocks only got it, people would mob on Twitter. I mean, people mob on Twitter anyway, you know, Neo, they always, people, listen, when, just look at how they was doing when the Titans say, hey, are we getting Twilight Garrison back? You saw what they did that time. And, you know, they're going to mob about anything. But I think the cool thing about it is if they did decide to bring it back, they're going to give everybody else something else, you know, new, just to compensate. Because they're not going to just give the Warlock something and everybody else don't have anything. They're going to give us some new tools in our arsenal. So if they was to bring it back, oh, hey, we got a new arsenal, we got a new aspect. They're going to give everybody else something different, you know, to compensate. That'll be cool. So I mean, it wouldn't be too bad because just depending on what they do, I don't think it would be too bad, you know, if they did it, because they're gonna give everybody gonna have something, you know. Let's see. It says, Lucifer says, yes, but for PvE and only if you are solo. he's putting a lot of situations.
Can we self-res in a solo flawless run and save the flawless? I'm just saying.
That would actually be cool.
That would
be
cool.
Nice.
Everybody would be running Warlock then.
Mm-hmm. Groot says it'd be cool if there should be a ranged ability that revives somebody. I mean, that would be cool if you could do something like that.
Oh, that would be cool.
Yeah. Like a gun that can revive somebody who's killed or something like that.
Especially for like GM for in-game content. That would be really cool.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like I would add that to like the Lamina catalyst or something like, oh hey, if you got a noble round, you can consume. If you have 5 stacks of noble rounds or something like that, you can actually revive somebody who's.
That's a good one. I would have never thought of that. That's really good.
I could see them doing something
Good
like
job,
that. That'd actually
Groot.
be pretty cool.
Could you send that
Yeah,
to
Groot,
Bungie
see what
though?
I'm saying?
Could you
We
write
need to
him a
send that to
letter?
Bungie. Hey, when you go to that summit, you better remind them of that. Yeah. So also, guys, we also getting so they said pretty soon Guardians are getting a little sturdier. Starting Lightfall physics, collision damage will no longer be lethal to Guardians. So fall damage will still be lethal when Lightfall launches, but we plan to also make that non-lethal in a mid-season update. So you'll still take damage from physics collisions, but it will generally leave you with 1 HP instead of outright splattering you. Nice.
That's
That's
nice.
actually pretty cool. I like that.
Especially when
I
you're jumping
actually
on
like that.
Blink, because that's always sketchy.
Facts.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Yeah. That's just bad.
Yeah.
So it says new tools in the arsenal. So as part of our build crafting enhancements in Lightfall, we're adding new fragments in the light subclasses, updating a handful of fragments on Solar Void to tie into the new subclass pickups. Void Beacon, Void Breaches, and Fire Sprites. Some of these fragments additions are intended as spiritual successors to combat style mods that aren't making the jump over to the new armor build crafting system. And some are brand new additions intended to open access to subclass verbs that some classes didn't have before. So here are the details. So Arc, this is the new Arc fragments. Spark of Instinct. It's new. So when critically wounded, taking damage from nearby enemies emits a burst of damaging arc energy that jolts targets. Spark of Haste. You have greatly increased resilience, recovery, and mobility while sprinting. So for the solar, Fire Sprite. Fire Sprites are created by a suit of new and existing solar fragments and grant grenade energy on pickup. Ember of Mercy. This is a new one. When you revive an ally, you and other nearby allies gain restoration. Picking up a Fire Sprite grants restoration. Another one, new Ember of Resolve. Solar grenade final blows cure you. That's actually pretty good. Ember of Tempering now creates a Fire Sprite on solar weapon kills while active, in addition to the original effects. Ember of Combustion now creates a Fire Sprite on solar super defeats, in addition to its original effects. Ember of Searing now creates a Fire Sprite when defeating scorched targets, in addition to their original effects. So just from that batch right there, what do you guys think of the new things and I would say the remake version of the old ones too? How you feeling on those? Do you like them? Do you like?
I don't know. I just need to wait and see.
Yeah. Like I said, Lucer, you got a lot of work ahead of you, man. You're gonna have to do your homework. You're gonna be staying up all night,
and then post
you're
all
gonna
of
have
your
a gray
builds.
beard by the time.
Yeah, 100%.
He's like, I finally collected the ultimate, the ultimate build after all this time. Yeah, I think it's gonna be pretty cool. I can't wait to see it. 5 ads. I'm so sorry, y'all.
Yeah, this just goes to show you that there's just a lot of work to do.
Yeah,
man. This is the most work I've seen with builds, man, in a long time. They've introduced so many things that we're gonna be doing, man. Nobody's gonna be jumping into the campaign right away. I'm telling you now. People are gonna be like, I need to spend some time with my build first before I even think about even jumping in there. And that's not all. Here's the void one. So for void breach. Void breaches are created by a selection of new and existing void fragments and grant class ability energy on pickup. Here's a new one. Echo of Cessation. Okay. Finisher final blows create a burst of void damage that causes nearby enemies to become volatile. Defeating volatile targets create a void breach. All right. Echo of Vigilance. Defeating a target when your shields are depleted grants you a temporary void overshield. That's crazy. Echo of Domineering. So now creates a void breach when defeating suppressed targets in addition to its original effects. Echo of Harvest now creates a void breach when defeating weakened targets with precision damage in addition to its original effects. Echo of Starvation now grants Devour on picking up a void breach in addition to its original effects. Ooh, so that's a lot of things. So in case you missed the build crafting update from a couple of weeks back, we've added ways for your subclasses keywords to counter champions. While we still expect weapons and seasonal artifact mods to be the primary ways you counter champions in high-level PvE content, we've found that the subclass keywords are a solid complement to round out your loadouts of your fire team out of tight spots when an unstoppable champion is barreling towards you. Well, we'll keep an eye out for these when it goes live. So basically, they also added a lot of intrinsic barrier champion mods too to your subclass types as well, depending on what you have. So that's also a thing too, guys. So just keep an eye on that too. Like I said, we've got a lot of work to do when it comes to builds now.
Yeah, we do.
Now we're gonna have to really.
We're about to be wore out.
Yeah, we're gonna be wore out.
100%.
Yeah. So, what's going on, Death Raw? How you doing? Welcome in. She says, "Yay, unicorn! How you doing?" So we got a lot of work to do when it comes to these things. This is a lot right here. What are you thinking about, Chavez, of seeing all of this, man?
It's kind of interesting because I think we said earlier that once Lightfall comes out, I don't know how many people are actually going to be playing the campaign right off the bat, because there's just going to be so much to do, right? So yeah, I guess you might have to play a little bit to get your fragments, but after that, it might be like a hard stop to see what you can craft and what you can build. Yeah.
But yeah, because this is just this is a lot of information, man. This is a lot that we have seen in a long time, man. This goes. I think I agree with what Astrocross was saying, and even Vipe said this. He was like, "Well," he said, "Listen, Lightfall is basically Destiny 3. If you look at it objectively, it's basically Destiny 3 because of all of the things that they've changed. I mean, this is a lot of stuff.
Yeah,
we're getting stuff that changes to not only our existing stuff, but just even more. That's more than changes than Lightfall. Witch Queen had some changes, but not on this scale. This is a lot to take in.
It's exciting,
though. I think like Witch Queen was like super just campaign based, right? Because it was like it was a pretty big expansion, and it was like whoa, what the hell is the Traveler doing here? What side is it really on?
Right.
So it's kind of a mind bend, right? But it wasn't we got like 3.0 during that time, but that was big, but it wasn't like, well, we're gonna change fragments and all this other stuff big,
Witch Queen, the campaign was extremely long too. Like, woo-wee, that was a long grind. And then you had to do it on other characters as well. Like, it was a grind.
Yeah, it was a lot. Yeah, it definitely was a lot. But I
Yeah.
enjoyed it though.
I did
It was
too
one
a
of those
lot.
things like it was enjoyable as well.
100% agree. Yeah.
hmm
Loved it.
Yeah, but this, yeah, and think about this. Not only is Lightfall going to give you that we experienced in Witch Queen, but more,
Right.
including everything else with it. It's a lot.
Mhm.
Plebis says, "What's up? What's going on? Thank you for joining. We having these dope discussions." House of Pirate says, "Nah, I am going to push the campaign and use the missions to test the changes out." Yeah, I mean, hey, listen, I definitely recommend that. First things first, this is what I want everybody to do. This is the first guy that if all of you guys listening, it's the first thing you should do. Go ahead, like even Lucia's gonna tell you this too. You need to go ahead and get a new armor set out for your strand. Make sure you stack your bounties because you already know artifacts going to play a part in this, and you want to level up as fast as possible.
Yep.
Because you know the raid is coming March 4th. So what is it? March 14th, I think, something like that. You know the
March 10th. March
10th. Okay, you know the raid is coming in March 10th, so you want to be ready for that. Go ahead, and if you know that if you got an idea of certain synergies of things that you want to test out now, you probably want to go ahead and start pulling out those exotics and weapons and things that you probably think that you're gonna want to test out. Because right now this is about to get crazy. It's gonna be fun.
It is.
It's gonna be a lot to play with, a lot of different things to test out. So while you're in the campaign, go ahead and just start swapping the stuff and just seeing what works and what synergizes with your build that you may come up with. Because now, it's going to be crazy. Root says March 10th is your birthday. Hey, man, listen, it's going to be raid day, and, I hope your birthday is great. And shoot, I would even hope that you win and get you one of those belts, man, for your birthday, man. Do it.
Yep.
We'll be rooting you on, buddy, for sure.
I just want to say that I've already stacked bounties on all my characters already. I'm done. I'm already ready.
Hey, see, that's what I'm talking about right there.
Yep.
Yeah, see, and it's good. Even for the new lights watching, you guys stack your bounties.
Yes.
Don't wait until the last minute. Do it now. Every day you log in from now until Witch Queen, Lightfall, go ahead and stack your bounties. Go to Banshee, grab a couple of his. Go to Crucible, grab a couple of those, go all around to your seasonal little activities, grab those.
Get your Gambit bounties, get your Crucible.
Yep.
Banshee.
Send it, challenges,
all of them.
Do it. Because you're going to need it. Because we're about to be in war. And you want to be ready.
Get to the EDZ, stack those two, Cosmic Drone, stack them up. I got them all.
Stack. Clean out your vaults, guys, because you're going to be, since they're changing crafting, you already know what the deal is. Go ahead and start cleaning up, because it's about to be real. I've seen a lot of you guys. It's got so many things in your vault. They're like, come on, what are y'all doing? Yeah. And what did he say? That said Uni sweet. This is
Uni a sweat. That's what she said. Uni
a sweat.
She's crazy.
You something else. She is indeed hardcore. Let's see. House of Pirates says, does Uni have all the 2 XP bounties done? Did you have all those bounties done?
I don't. I just did the basic bounties, just so that I was stacked up, because at least I have that done. 100%.
Hey, listen, she got enough bounties that'll last her for a lifetime.
I do. I can share some.
She do. But you should see all those bounties. She's like, goodness gracious, she's gonna be at level 100 by the time Lightfall even start.
the first week.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. Let's see. Let's see. Oh, man. Y'all
Okay,
crazy.
Pirates.
Y'all
Okay,
wildin'.
good. That's good, Pirates.
Pirates. He grinds, man. He's
He's
always
ready.
on
He's
it.
out there slaying.
Uh-huh. I'm telling you guys, take these notes because we want to make sure that everybody's on point, especially when
Yeah.
a new season or new DLC launches. We want to let you guys know that listen, we can help you. We got the keys to the kingdom. We want you guys to win. In order to do that, you're gonna have to listen to the OGs and let especially if you're the new lights, you don't know what's going on. Listen, stack your bounties. Make sure that your armors are good. Get in these raids, get in all these things. If you want to do all these things, you need to make sure you do it now because listen, we're almost here. We got 2 weeks away. We're pretty much 2 weeks away now.
Better get
That's
the
gonna go
bounties.
by quick. Yep. That's gonna go back quick. I've already taken off work, so I'm gonna be in the grind, So listen, guys, you got this. Don't wait. Do it now. Because right now we got a lot going on and it's gonna be pretty cool. So much changes. It's crazy, man. They're knocking it out of the park. So don't be that person, that's lagging behind. Oh, also, guys, blues. I think we talked about it. All the blues are gone, so you don't have to worry about blues anymore.
Thank
you don't have to worry about blues. Yep, and I'm glad too because I was getting tired of all those blues stacking on my.
At least they listened when it comes to that. Thank goodness.
That's the one thing that they said they're gonna listen to. Hey, we're gonna take away the blues. We're annoyed at them. I know, y'all. Those blues were annoying. I really got tired of those blues. For real, though.
And all we did was delete them. I don't even know what the purpose was.
Yeah. I mean, I would say this, they did, especially when the campaign came out, there was some blues that was, some high levels. So like, okay, let me infuse that.
Okay.
But other than that,
that's it.
Nobody doing that. Except for like a new light guy, it's like, oh, hey, let me, there's some high level stuff. But it's good because now he doesn't have to worry about putting on blues and he can finally get some legendary stuff, which is good. Oh, also, guys, stack your enhancement cores, stack your legendary shards because you already know, and stack your upgrade modules because if you don't want to change out your armors, you need to make sure you have enough to sustain you throughout the campaign because you already know how it works. Yes, you're going to be getting some, of course. Get your golf balls is right. Because GMs are free now, everybody can go in there.
Yeah,
you don't have to have a BJ's membership just to go into GMs now. Yeah,
stack
you
those
can finally
golf
get in
balls and the postmaster as well too.
Exactly, exactly. You guys need to go ahead in there and do that. Get in those grandmasters, man. I was doing a couple of them the other night, so definitely jump in there, do some of them, get your golf balls stacked up because you want that strand armor set. You need to go ahead and start working now, craft them, enhance them, because all this stuff is changing. All these things are changing that they already making it. So, I always want to give y'all this disclaimer that do it now while you got the chance. Don't wait till later.
I don't know about doing it, though, while Corrupted is out. We can just pause on that. We can wait.
True.
Facts. Yeah, you're right. I hate that.
We ain't trying to be grinding no Corrupted. Okay, no.
I'm good on Corrupted. I'm sorry.
Mad on the strike. I be leaving when I load in on the regular strike. We out.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I can't do that.
Yeah,
I'm good. I'm good on Corrupted. You can have that. Corrupted and Lightblade, you can have that. I'm good on that.
Yeah, okay. Lightblade, forget about it.
Oh my God. We got to, I remember it was Gucci. You remember, if you're still in here, I know you are. You remember when we got to Lightblade and we had zero lives left. that was just bad.
And remember when Proving Grounds first came out for the GM and everybody was
Oh my God. Proving Grounds was tough.
Like,
it's even tough for Master.
Yeah, when you need to do Proving Grounds GM, you're like, I'm unavailable somehow. I'm sick. I got a fever. I can't.
Why am I here?
I can't do this. You better find a new friend. I'm not doing the Proving Grounds.
Right. Like Proving Grounds, that was a stressor right there when that came out. I was like, oh, are you serious? Like, why is it so hard? I couldn't even get past to the part with the tanks. After that was the parts that would get us. Like them tanks, you got them 2 tanks on the side. You got them dudes shooting. You got the dogs that's annoying. You got the snipers that's like up above. It's like, it's too much.
I think there's like a random tank that occasionally spawns.
Yeah.
So you can drive around.
It's like, why are you killing me like this? Like, we used to just like group up with stag, like a stag dude. It'd just be like, okay, let's just stay in this rift and we'll be all right. Yeah, I don't miss that, you know. But I loved it. I love Grandmasters. It's just certain ones I just don't have no patience for. And I'm just like, I'm good. I don't even like the Exodus. What's the Exodus Crash one? I don't even like that one.
Oh, Exodus Crash.
Yeah, I don't like that one. I'm just like, I can do without that. If they got it in rotation, I am not happy. But yeah, so we finally made it. We finally made it to the end. So we got to get some clappos, some cheers. So we finally did it. How you feeling overall? We finally made it through.
We made it through.
We finally did it. So Uni, how you feeling now that you finally got all of the ice broken off? Finally?
Good. Wasn't bad.
I told you. It's once you get going, it's chill. You know, we have a chill space here. And like I said, I appreciate everybody for joining too. Appreciate all the chat. Your chat was fire. You guys was on the topics tonight, like always, man.
Yeah. Always
coming through. I appreciate all y'all, man, for sure. You guys are the true MVPs, you know. So, yeah, we do this every Saturday night for all of you guys that are new. We're always here every Saturday night talking, chopping up the game, you know, having a good time. And then, but Greg said, I thought I hit that early. Hey, man, I appreciate you, man. Thank you for that. Welcome in. You are an MVP yourself. So, I appreciate everybody. So what we always do is we have a segment called The Floor is Yours. So basically what we do is we tell everybody where can we find them and all that type of stuff and what you got going on. So with that being said, Miss Uni, you have the floor. So the floor is yours.
Oh, I don't even know where to begin.
Where can they find you first?
Well, they can find me on Twitch at Unicorn Shred if you would like to check me out. I mainly just do a lot of raids with chat, teaching raids. I try to do those now every week. I do a lot of dungeon helps, pretty much just anything besides PvP because your girl is not helping anyone in PvP. Okay, I'm the carry. I'm just throwing it out there. I love to play PvP, but I am not a PvP sweat. So if you come by and you want to learn a raid, I post a lot of raids in my Discord, and I love to teach people. So definitely do a lot of free teachings.
Sounds good. Yeah, so we're definitely going to post that for all you guys who are in the audio. We're definitely going to post that on the show notes so that way you guys go follow her. She's a great streamer.
Yeah.
They always have a good time over there. And you know, you're gonna have a blast. She's great.
People and I teach all the raids. I don't just teach.
She does.
Yeah.
So are you going for that world's first this time?
Oh no. I actually have a spring break trip planned, so I won't even be doing the day one raid.
Oh.
Yeah. So priorities for that week.
Yeah, I feel it.
Yeah,
Cheer us on.
I
We're gonna
will.
be on it,
Yeah, definitely.
But yeah, go follow her, guys, and definitely that's for her. She's great. She's great people. Next up is my man Agent Chavez. Hey, fam, Mr. MVP. Where can they follow you,
Yo.
bro? What's going on with you?
They can find me at Aiden Chavez _, both Twitter and Twitch. I stream Tuesday, Thursdays, and Sundays after 9. So yeah, just hanging out. I don't really have anything like particular plan when I stream. It's either like Gambit or what else do we do?
Man, all right.
I do love Gambit. I do,
he loves it.
So Gambit, solo dungeons, just super chill stuff.
Okay, yeah, man. Y'all go ahead if you're new, go ahead and follow my man Agent Chavez _ man. He's solid. He has a great crew. His what he calls his ragtag crew. They're pretty cool and lovely people. And he loves to do everything, man. For PvP Gambit, like you said, Gambit is his thing, man. If y'all some Gambit heads out there, hey, this my man right here. So yeah, definitely go follow him. He's great peoples, man. Definitely show him some love out there. And also, of course, you know me, Mr. P. Carlisle Gaming, the man behind it all. You can always follow me on Twitter at P. Carlisle Gaming 2. That's P. Carlisle Gaming 2, everything lowercase. And you can also find me right here, as you already know, the P. Carlisle Gaming channel. Yeah, so when it comes to streaming, I'm about to get back into it. Again, I know a lot of people say, "Hey, man, why ain't you been streaming?" So I was like, "Okay, I understand. I'm gonna get back into it. I'm gonna have my first stream. I'm gonna have it this weekend. But usually my schedule is going to be like this. So Mondays and Tuesdays is going to be my stream days. And Saturday. So that way you guys can get some streaming. You can see me gaming, doing my thing, hanging with the boys. Sometimes I'm hanging with Gucci or Mr. Agent Chavez or Jackie. It just depends on what I'm doing. So if you want to definitely come hang me, I'm always chilling. Always hit me in the DMs. And I would definitely give you my gamer tag, and we can chill and do what we do. But other than that, I appreciate y'all, man. All of y'all, man. All of y'all MVPs. Everybody in the chat, man. You guys are awesome tonight. It was a pretty good show, and yeah, I do want to rate who you got in mind, Mr. Agent Chavez. Who should we?
It's a new streamer. I met him. Came in chat a couple weeks ago. Trying to get this guy to affiliate. Super nice. He's him and his crew have been trying to. We did a couple of master dungeons together. Not just a good guy.
Okay.
So just trying to spread the love to new streamers in the Destiny community.
Hey, that's what I'm talking about, man. Let's do it. Yeah, let's definitely do it. So House of Pirates said, "Hey, Carlisle, I'm going to build the new PC tomorrow." Ooh, man! Hey, listen,
That's exciting.
You gotta showcase that, man. I gotta see that. Yeah, hey, when you build that, man, you gotta show me, bro. I gotta see that. I love when people build like the new stuff, and it's just awesome. Low budget, hey, shoot. Do your thing, fam.
Yeah, that's exciting.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I love that. All right, so everybody, we had a good night, and we about to go ahead and raid this fellow right here, and show him love. Tell him that the Last City Radio sent you, and especially Mr. Sergio. All right, let's do it. And other than that, I appreciate you guys, and we're gonna have a fantastic night. Appreciate y'all. It's been love.
Have a good night, everyone. Thanks for coming in.
Absolutely. All right, guys. So we're going to be over there.